Hello there folks, BonkyCook here, back with another 1000G achievement walkthrough. As you can see from the screen here, we're covering the game Behind Closed Doors, a developer's tale. Published by Sometimes You and developed by Polygonal Wolf. It initially released on the 18th of May of 2022, and it's currently purchasable for a price of $4.99. This is one of those games that has an Xbox One version and a Series version. So you can buy both and stack them. Both versions are priced exactly the same, and both offer you 21 achievements for 1000G. My walkthrough does work for both versions of the game. More than likely, going to take you between 1 or 2 hours to get your completion. I don't want to say that it's skill dependent, but there is one stage of the game that does require you to have some skill. 95% of the game is rather straightforward and easy, but one of the slime garden stages, specifically stage 4, can be a pain in the butt. I do have strategies that I hope will help you get through. The last time I did it, I got through without getting touched, so fingers crossed, but more than likely you're going to survive that section with one heart. Just an FYI, if you are scared of what you might be jumping into, feel free to use the timestamps to watch stage 4 and see if that's something you want to avoid. I do my timestamps based on achievements popping, so jump to the stage 3 achievement pop and you can watch stage 4 after that, and that will determine if that's something you want to deal with or not. The rest of the game is rather straightforward. The first 30 minutes or so are going to be just adventure game where you're walking around your house and work. And then the last 30 minutes are a top-down shooter and platformer section. So I'm going to walk you through everything. Again, it should take about an hour and a half, depending on how much you die along the way. The platforming controls can be a little frustrating, so it might cause some deaths. But overall, other than stage 4, this is a rather quick and easy completion. So whenever you're ready, go ahead, choose your profile. You can use the mouse cursor and move it over New Game and press A, and then press A again to confirm that you want to start. I did forget to add one thing. First off, an alarm is going to sound every morning, so if you want to turn down your volume so you're not annoyed, heads up. But also, I'm going to leave my deaths in, just so you know exactly how long it might take. This isn't an edited video at all. Everything we do is just going through in one shot. Once your alarm starts going off, you'll eventually be allowed to press A to get out of bed when that text pops up. Walk to the right and press A to turn off the alarm. You'll get text every time you do that, so skip it. And then walk left and make your bed. Unfortunately, you can't skip making your bed. You're not allowed to leave the house until you do. Walk to the left. And we're going to grab our first memory by the toilet here. You press A on them to grab it. Sometimes it doesn't register the first press, so you might have to press A twice. And then walk right, and you will automatically leave the room to the hallway. Walk all the way right again. Remember this locked room for later, but for now we can't do anything with it. And then walk right past the stairs to the study and press A to go inside. On the desk here is a key part, so take it with A. Then walk to the right and you'll find another memory. Again, press A on it to pick it up. Now we're going to walk left to leave the study, and then walk left and press A to go downstairs. Walk left for a while here, and eventually we'll reach our kitchen, which is miles away. And we'll see our fridge. Press A on the fridge, and you're going to use the mouse cursor to select something to eat with A. It doesn't matter what you grab, just I always grab whatever's quickest. Press A on the food to eat breakfast. And then walk to the left and grab the memory here. Now we have to go back upstairs to our bedroom to brush our teeth, so walk all the way to the right and press A on the stairs. And then walk all the way left to the bedroom. In the bedroom, walk all the way left and interact with the first sink here to brush your teeth with A. Now walk right to head out into the hallway. And keep holding right until we reach the stairs, and then press A to go downstairs. And then walk to the right to leave the house. You'll have to confirm that you want to go to work by pressing A. And you'll get a little scene with the car starting. It's more audio than a scene, but... And in a few seconds, you'll show up at work. Walk to the right, ignoring all of your coworkers like a good coworker should. And right before you get to your desk, you'll see a memory on the ground. Go ahead and pick it up with A. Now go past your desk and enter the storage room here. There is a key part on the shelf here. It can be hard to see, but just walk up and press A when the Take Key Part text pops up. And then walk to the right to grab another memory. Walk left to exit the storage room, and we're going to walk left and press A to work on our computer. Move the mouse cursor to the upper left and double click on your emails to open them. What you're going to do is press A on an email and then just spam the bumpers to type out a response. Once you hear the tone and see email sent at the bottom there, you can press A on the next email and repeat the process. Do this for all 4 emails. And once the 4th one is done, move the mouse cursor to Junction Crush and press A twice. Double click it to open the game. You now have to do some coding. Again, it's just by pressing the bumpers. I also press the A button here to try to get it through a little bit quicker. If you have a turbo controller, this probably would be a good time to use it. And once you get to the bottom, you are able to test the game, and it turns into a platformer here. It's very simple, especially on day 1. Move left and right with the D-pad or analog, press A to jump. We're going to walk to the right, and we're going to stay as high as we can. We're going to be doing this for 3 more days after this with more things added in. But the layout is always the same, so just get used to it. Once you get to the end, you'll run into a treasure chest, which automatically opens, and the screen fades to black and sends you back to your PC. When you get back to your PC, move your mouse cursor into the bottom left and press this button here. And then press A on sleep to leave your computer. Walk to the left, and eventually you'll exit out the front door and need to confirm that you want to go home by pressing A. Again, you'll get a scene, well, audio of a vehicle starting up and driving, and you'll eventually end up at home. You can walk to the left now. We're going to go all the way to the kitchen table where our wife has set up dinner, so we're going to sit down and eat with her. You'll have some text while you're eating. You can just spam through it with A or read it if you want to. Once dinner is done, walk to the right. We have to go up to our bedroom. But actually on this first night, we're going to sneak a peek at our baby-to-be's room. So walk to the right, interact with the steps. We're going to go back to that locked door that we went past earlier, but it's now called Emily's room. Press A on it to go inside and pop your first achievement, the Who's That achievement, number 1 of 21 for 50G. That'll get us to 50 out of 1,000 total. And then walk to the right, and there's a memory here. Press A on it, and that will pop your second achievement, the Memory Keeper. for 50G, getting us to 100 out of 1,000 total. The Who's That one is a little slow here, but it did pop. Looks like achievements are popping a little bit slowly today. I apologize for that. Once you're done, walk to the left to leave the room, and then enter your bedroom on the left. Once you get in, walk to the left. We have to go brush our teeth before we can go to bed. And then you're going to walk right and interact with your bed to unlock your third achievement, Monday. That one popped right away. That's number 3 of 21 for 50G, getting us to 150 out of 1,000, and it'll bring us to Tuesday. As I said, Tuesday through Thursday are all exactly the same except for the game platformer that we play, because more features get added. But other than that, all of the home life stuff is exactly the same. So you'll wake up when you get the message, press A to get out of bed. You'll walk right to turn off the alarm, skip the text, walk left and press A to make your bed. But this time we have no collectibles to get, so just walk right to leave the room. And we're going to walk right and go downstairs. And then walk to the left to get the fridge, and again, just choose whatever food is closest. Walk to the left and interact with the food on the table to eat. And when we're done, we'll walk to the right, leave the plate for our wife to take care of, I guess. Seems a little rude. Our pregnant wife. Go back to the steps and go upstairs. We're going to walk left to brush our teeth in our bathroom again. So enter your bedroom and walk left to the first sink to brush your teeth. Now walk right until you leave your bedroom. Walk right until you get to the stairs and go downstairs. And walk right and press A to select that you want to go to work. Again, when you spawn in at work, walk to the right. And this time we just walk straight to our computer and press A to work. Again, move the mouse cursor up to your emails, and you need to double click. And then, just like before, press A on an email and spam the bumpers to type back. Once all 4 have been responded to, double click on Dungeon Crush to start the game. And again, you'll have to spam the bumpers, and I spam A button as well to try to code. Most of the things added here are cosmetic, but it does add spikes that can kill us. And if we die at any point, we start way at the beginning of the game. So do your best to go slow and watch out for spikes. The controls aren't the tightest platforming controls ever. Once the test game pops up, hit A to start the platformer, and we have to make our way through the same exact path, just this time we have spikes to avoid. So again, I recommend taking it slow. There is no time limit here. And there's a couple of portions where if you're going too fast, you might run into a spike. So down here specifically. And then there's a jump at the end here, which is a little tight with how bad the controls are. This one can be tough, jumping over that spike to that platform, but nothing else here should cause you trouble. And again, you'll reach the treasure chest that automatically opens and sends you back to your PC desktop. Once again, move the mouse cursor to the bottom left button, press A, and then press sleep. And now we're going to walk all the way left to leave work. And again, we'll have to press A to confirm that we want to leave. I think I said the PC's desktop. What was it? The home screen. I think my guinea pig just called me stupid. Whenever you get back to the house, walk to the left, and you're going to have dinner with your wife again. Again, you'll have some text so you can skip it or read it, whatever you prefer. Press A, skip through the text or read it. And when we regain control, walk to the right. We have to go up to the bedroom to brush our teeth and go to sleep. Just in case you don't have the layout memorized yet, interact with the stairs on your right, then walk all the way to the left to the bedroom. And interact with it to go inside, then walk all the way left to brush your teeth by pressing A on the first sink, and then return to the bed. This will pop your fourth achievement, Tuesday, for 50G. Getting us to 200 out of 1,000. And this will start Wednesday, which is exactly the same as Tuesday, actually. The only things that get added to our platforming game today are cosmetics, so it's exactly the same thing that we did yesterday. Again, press A when get out of bed text pops up. Press A on your alarm to turn it off. And then press A to make your bed. Walk to the right to leave your room, and then walk right and go downstairs. I know it might be annoying, but I am going to notate everything, even though we're repeating things. So go downstairs, walk to the left, go to your fridge, and select whatever food you want. And then walk left and interact with the food on the table to eat. I have a pretty good sense of direction, so I don't want to assume that everyone already knows the layout as well as I do. So when you're done eating, leave the plate for your pregnant wife to take care of and walk to the right. We have to go back upstairs and brush our teeth. So interact with the stairs, walk all the way left, and go to the bedroom. So I apologize if that's annoying, but I'm going to keep notating specific directions. Walk all the way to the left and interact with the sink to brush your teeth, and then walk right to exit the room. Walk all the way right to the stairs, go downstairs, and then walk right to exit the house and press A to confirm that you want to go to work. Again, when we spawn in, we're just going to run all the way to the right to our computer and get to work again. We'll have some more emails to take care of, and then we can play the new day's Dungeon Crush. So interact with your computer, and then, as always, double-click with your emails to open them up. Choose each one, spam the bumpers until the tone sounds. Then double-click on Dungeon Crush, and we're going to have to start coding with the bumpers in A. I think the most impressive part of this is that all of the code works the first time. Even if it is rather, easy code. Or simple, I guess, would be the better way to put it. Press A to test the game, and again, this is exactly the same as yesterday, except torches and coins have been added. And neither of them make a difference. You can collect the coins, and you can miss all the ones you want. It doesn't matter, and the torches are basically cosmetics. So Just work your way to the right. Again, take it slow. While you do probably have a good idea of the path now, you still don't want to have any stupid deaths from, being careless. And again, this jump here can be tough, so just do your best to make it. And once you get up here, you can run into the chest. It'll automatically open and send you back to your home screen. Once you regain control, move the mouse to the bottom left button, press A on it, and press A to send it to sleep. And now we can walk left. Press A to confirm that you want to go home. And when you get home, we're just going to walk to the left and have dinner with our wife again. Again, you can either skip the text or read it all, whatever you want to do. So press A on the food, read or skip. And just like before, we're going to walk to the right and go upstairs. Walk left and enter the bedroom. Then walk left to the first sink and brush your teeth. And then head to bed, and that's going to pop your 5th achievement, Wednesday. Number 5 of 21 for 50G, getting us to 250 out of 1,000 total. We've now made it to Thursday. This is the last repetitive day of the week. But it is still very repetitive. Once the text pops up, press A to get out of bed. Walk right and interact with the alarm to turn it off. Skip the text. Walk left and make your bed. And then walk right to leave the room. Walk right and go down the stairs. And then walk left to the fridge and choose whatever food you want. Walk left and interact with the food to eat. And then leave your plate for your pregnant wife to take care of. Walk to the right and go back upstairs. And of course we have to go brush our teeth, so interact with the stairs and then walk to the left. When you get to the bedroom, press A to go inside, walk left and interact with the first sink to brush your teeth. Then walk right to leave the room. Walk right to the stairs to go downstairs. And walk right and press A to confirm that you want to go to work. When you spawn at work, run to the right, well, walk to the right, and head back to your computer. We have one more day's worth of angry emails to respond to. So double click on your email and spam the triggers until you respond to all 4 messages. Then double click on Dungeon Crush to open it. Well, Last day of coding here. We add enemies now, which actually makes this quite a bit more difficult. Mostly because of the slimes. The bats don't cause too much of trouble anyways. And you also get some music added, and that makes it a real game. Once you're finished coding, go ahead and test the game, and don't be afraid, or ashamed if you do happen to die here. Take it very slow. When you get to a new platform, just stop and make sure there's no slimes moving around on it. Or you can die like I did. Like I said, not really going to edit out deaths. Down here, the slimes stop at the spikes. Just an FYI. Because that got me killed one of the first times I played. And now we're back to this section. Be careful, because that jump at the end is still a pain. And now there's a slime to have to deal with to get over it. Once you get up here, you just have some bats to avoid. And you'll reach the treasure chest. And it automatically opens and sends you back to your home screen. Again, move your mouse cursor to the bottom left button, press A, and then press A on sleep to exit. Walk to the left, and your boss is going to show up, and you'll have some text. Skip all of it, and then you can walk left and confirm with A that you want to leave. Where are we at? 27 minutes. We'd be at like 26 if I hadn't died on the spike, but whatever. Nobody's perfect. When you get home, we're going to have dinner with our wife again. Seems like we do this every night. We'll walk to the left, interact with the food on the table, and you can spam or read through the text. She says that she thinks the baby is almost here. And now we can walk to the right. And again, go upstairs, brush our teeth, and go to bed. So interact with the stairs. Walk to the left and go into the bedroom. Walk left and interact with the first sink to brush your teeth. And walk right and interact with the bed to unlock your 6th achievement, Thursday, for 50G, getting us to 300 out of 1,000. You're going to wake up in the middle of the night to the phone ringing, and then press A to get out of bed. Walk to the right to exit your room. And we need to walk all the way down into the kitchen. So walk to the right and go down the stairs. And then we're going to walk all the way left. The phone is just past the fridge, and there is a beam of light showing you where it is. So when you get there, press A on the phone to answer it, and you'll get about 20 seconds of text and audio that you can't skip. You can skip the text, you can't skip the audio. You get some more text at the end, and then you can walk to the right. We're going to go back up the stairs and try to go to bed, and of course that won't work out well for us. We get teleported away. Some text is going to pop up, so skip it, and then just hold right to start walking to the right. Eventually some scary noises happen. You'll get some more text, so skip it and then keep holding right. And a scene's gonna happen here. You start falling. Then you stop falling. And then a ghost shows up. Casper the friendly ghost leaves us a corporeal note. And eventually we'll wake up. You can press A to get up. We'll have some text. And then we can walk right and pick up the letter. Now just walk to the right. You'll eventually get to like a stone tunnel, and Casper the friendly ghost will be there. And now we're going to walk right and go into the tunnel. And keep walking to the right until you trigger some dialogue. Skip through everything, and you're eventually going to come to the top-down section of the game, the Slime Garden, which, again, Stage 4 is the toughest thing in this game, so try to keep up with the tips that I give you. Skip the text when you spawn in. You're going to move around with the left analog, and as you walk forward, you'll run into a gun, and now you can aim with the right analog. You move your crosshairs around. I really wish, I don't like this style of shooting, but that's what they went with. We have to walk forward, and we're going to need to survive 1 minute and 40 seconds in here. Now, this isn't too bad because the slimes are moving very slowly. In fact, I'm pretty sure you could survive this without actually shooting any bullets, so it's a good way to get kind of into the swing of things. But just try to keep up with what I do. We're going to walk around. The bumpers fire. So you're going to aim with the right analog, and you can actually spam the bumpers to fire faster, but I don't recommend doing that. You're going to want to save your spamming the bumpers for Stage 3. For now, we're going to go in kind of a square or circle around the inside, and just work our way around all of the slimes that spawn using the gaps between the spawns to get through to the other edge. And if you want to, you can spam every once in a while, but I don't really recommend doing it. Save your finger strength. Unfortunately, it doesn't really make a difference on Stage 4, which is the really hard one. As you can see, if you do start spamming, you can keep up with the spawning. But again, it's not worth it. It's not necessary. The slimes are moving slow enough that it's rather easy to avoid them at this stage. Once the timer hits 4 zeros, all of the slimes disappear immediately. And the gate up here will open up and will pop an achievement as well. There we go. Gate open. The Stage 1 achievement is unlocked. That is achievement number 7 of 21 for 40G, getting us to 340 out of 1,000. We move up this path to grab a machine gun, and now we have a faster fire rate, but we also have more slimes. They spawn every 2 seconds instead of 3, and there are more rocks, which sometimes can help and sometimes can hurt you. They can help because they can block slimes from getting to you while you're doing your circles around, but also they can get the slimes stuck there, and then the slimes can, since they're locked onto you, come at you from angles you aren't expecting them to if you forget that they were stuck on a rock. So it's kind of a pros and cons thing. But again, just try to follow along with how I handle it. We're going to go to the left here, and we're going to use this rock to get through. As you see what I did there, I put that rock between myself and the slime that was coming out. And that way I had time to break through the ranks to get to the other side. And I can do the same thing on this side. And the timing won't always line up, so you just have to be rather quick on your feet. Like there, that time the slime got past, but again, at this stage, they're moving slow enough that you should be able to maneuver around them, and you can just keep firing. Again, at double or quadruple zeros, excuse me, they all disappear. And I don't recommend, spamming the bumper buttons too much. Again, the third stage is the one you're going to want to do that. That'll pop 8th achievement, stage 2, for 40G for completing this second part of the slime garden. That'll get you to 380 out of 1,000 total. Now this next one is where it starts to get real. If you die here, you'll just respawn on the section you're at. Sorry, I should have mentioned that earlier. But if you quit out, you have to do all of the sections again. So try to avoid rage quitting, because you'll have to do these first 2 stages again. Or the first 3 if you wind up getting to stage 4 and dying. Just follow along with my strategy here. You do get an updated or upgraded machine gun. But we're going to be doing something similar to what we were doing, working our way around the outside and trying to use the rocks to kind of stall the spawning slime so that we can break through to the other side. And when we do, we're going to be unloading with the left and right bumpers as fast as we can in straightaways. Again, if you're kind of confused, just watch what I do. It's easier to watch than to... You can also fire in the direction you're going. That's entirely up to you. That strategy is more useful on the next level, because you're not killing the slimes in one hit on this one. I recommend doing what I did there, using the rock to try to stop the slimes from getting you, and then down here, more often than not, you're just going to have to cut across the line. Oh, I got stuck on the rock there. That was weird. Never been a big fan of the shmups with the crosshair style. I got caught there by a slime that got stuck on a rock and was in a bad position. Sometimes that happens, but we have a little bit of wiggle room with the 3 HP, so... Unfortunately, there is no foolproof method for getting through these last couple stages. There we go. That's going to unlock the 9th achievement. Stage 3 for 40G for completing the third part of the slime garden. That gets us to 420 out of 1,000. Now this next part, I wish you the best of luck. Again, as I've said, this part is the hardest thing in the game. If you can get this, the rest of the game is a cakewalk. What I've found works best is, I kind of mentioned this in the stage 3 one, but as we work our path around, we're going to be firing at the slimes that come from the spawners to try to make a break in the slime so that we can get to the other side. Now, This is going to require you to be rather accurate. The next gun we get does not get a firing boost from spamming the bumpers. So I just recommend holding down the right bumper and focusing on aiming, because you need to be accurate with your shots, specifically when you're trying to shoot at the slimes that are spawning. So again, if you want to see what I'm doing instead of trying to figure out what I'm saying by talking, feel free to just watch ahead a little bit so you know what I do here. And if I do die, we're just going to restart until we finish it. But we kill slimes in one hit. So we are going to be using rocks. We're going to be using our firing to, as you can see here, we're cutting through the line. That allows us to get to the other side. And we just have to be careful trying to focus on the ones behind us when we get down to the other side. Because the ones that build up behind us can build up enough that we can't escape them. They will catch us on corners and straightaways. So we need to keep focusing our aim towards the spawners when we get around corners, and then back to the pile when we're not focusing on the ones that are spawning. And again, this is very confusing. If you die here, I have my sympathy for you, because this part is very annoying. And more than likely you're going to finish this with one heart left if you do finish it. As you can see, the piles are getting extremely close to us. And we're going to survive here. That'll get you your 10th achievement, the stage 4 achievement for 40G, getting you 460 out of 1,000. And as I said, that is the toughest thing in the game. Once you get that, the rest of it, there's some frustrating parts, but nothing nearly as difficult. Just follow the path here for a while. When you get along this straightaway, it leads you into the next area with a crystal. Just run into the crystal, and that'll get you the 11th achievement, the Get the Crystal achievement. For 30G, getting us to 490 out of 1,000. And this spawns a boss, but again, like I said, the boss is way easier than that stage 4 of the slimes was. So just aim up and to the left and start firing. Again, you can't spam the bumpers to fire faster, so just hold the right bumper down. This guy can only fire in the 4 cardinal directions, up, down, left, and right. So as long as we stay at a diagonal, there's nothing he can do to us. When he gets us back into a corner, we're just going to move, opposite, and then avoid the bullets he's firing, and work our way back across to the other side. It's a very easy boss fight. Once you beat him, you'll unlock your 12th achievement, Familiar Friend, for 40G, getting you to 530 out of 1,000. And now we can go up through a gate that opened, and we'll eventually come to a teleporter. Press A to teleport. We're going to get some text here. And now we move on to the Batcave. So the Batcave is just a platformer section, and this one can be a little bit frustrating. There are a couple of jumps that you're probably going to die at. The good news is there are checkpoints along the way, 2 or 3 of them if I remember correctly, so they're not super helpful, but they do exist. The thing we have to be focused on here is we need to kill 70 bats in 50 and get 50 coins. Now, there are almost 200 coins in this section, so we're going to grab everything right off the bat so we don't have to go out of our way later on. But we are going to kill every bat at the beginning as well. And you can now spam the bumpers to fire faster, and I recommend doing that. So just work your way to the right, following along with what I do. I recommend D-pad for movement here, but that is personal preference, I suppose. Make sure you grab every coin and kill every bat. When you get down to here, be careful. We need to jump across the gap coming up here. Sorry, it's a little bit further. Here. We need to jump over here. Don't worry if you hit the spikes. This is actually a checkpoint. But on the other side here is a bunch of coins, and we're just going to grab all of them. And then run back to the left and jump down the hole. That's one of the worst parts about this platforming section, is that an edge is apparently slanted and you'll fall off. Do your best to use walls to time your jumps onto platforms. I found that to be the easiest way to time getting down onto the moving platforms, is to try to jump, when they're near a wall. That's easiest for me anyways. Jump to the left here, and then to the right. When you get up here, turn to the left, and then jump up one more slot. This is the one jump in the this area that can often kill you. You have to be fairly close to the edge to make that jump. And if you miss it, you fall into a bed of spikes that you can't escape from, so you'll die and have to restart. Work your way to the right. A couple of these spots have blind drops, and unfortunately I can't tell you where the bats are. So you may end up dropping into a bat unexpectedly, and you're going to take damage. There's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. We're going to jump to the left up here, and then we'll jump back down to the platform, so when it comes back up, we can get to that right ledge. Just jump straight off to avoid spikes and bats and all that, and we're going to drop down, and we're going to die. Unfortunately, that happens, and unfortunately, we're quite a bit a ways from the checkpoint, so we have to respawn and go through again. We actually should have killed ourselves to get all 3 of our hearts back when we were at that checkpoint. But I didn't think of it at the time. Again, when you're on this ledge, just drop off just past the ledge so you don't go too far into any spikes. Now, if you're having trouble, jumping off of here, you can actually go through the spike to the right and get to the platform and just take the damage, but that's kind of a gamble that's up to you. When you drop off, just drop off close to the wall. Again, that's another spot where a bat could be waiting for you, depending on its positioning. It's impossible to really tell. To the left are 3 coins and a bat. It's not really worth going over there. So head to the right. This next section can be annoying. It's the same thing repeated over and over. And there's a bat flying around the bottom in each of these sections. So try to keep an eye out for where it's at so that you don't end up jumping down on top of it and take damage from it. That should be where you grabbed the 50 coins if you've been following along with me, and now we're not going to go out of our way for them. But we still need about 20 more bats, so... Actually went the wrong way here. Here's some more coins if you need them. This room is a checkpoint, just an FYI. Drop down to the right, but be careful because there are spikes. If you do take damage here or anything like that, the checkpoint is right at the beginning when you spawn into the room, so... Gonna take a bit of a shortcut in this room. We have enough bats left that will hit our 70 as long as you've been killing everything with me. When you get up to the top of this platform, jump to the right and make it here, and you're going to run right and hold right to fall onto this platform. Now you can hop to the right here. Don't go to the second elevator, wait for the first one. We still have about 10 to 15 more bats, so... There's the 70 bat achievement, and I missed the platform because... I don't know why. I honestly don't, because there's not a lot of slipping when you move. Like, you stop relatively quick, but for some reason when you step on the edge of platforms, you go off. Anyways, keep killing bats if you want. There's another section to get through here with a couple more bats if you still need them. Drop down and go right. And we're going to be getting to the final boss here. We do need to drop down here. Then go to the right. And we're at the boss. Now, the easiest way to take care of this boss is to get on this platform. It's the same kind of thing we fought before, but it fires alternately, between the cardinal directions and the 4 diagonals. So what you should do is stay on this platform if you can ever get up there. Gosh, I suck at games. And just time where he's firing. When you get up here, you just want to try to jump to avoid being hit, but he doesn't have a lot of HP here. Once he's defeated, I recommend taking the top route to the right. Jump across. You get an achievement, round 2, for defeating the boss in the caves. And along with the greedy achievement, which was number 13 for collecting coins, that got us 40 G to get us to 570. And the Exterminator one was number 14, which got us 40 G, getting us to 610. We now got round 2, which is number 15, getting us 40 G and to 650. Now jump across the platforms and walk right to come to a staff and press A to grab it. And that'll get you the Get the Staff achievement, which is number 16 of 21 for 40 G and 690 out of 1,000. Go into the teleporter, you're going to get some more text, and we'll get another top-down section. This one is much easier than the level 4 slime one, don't worry. Skip all the text. And there are flaming skulls that we have to kill. We need to kill 25 of them for an achievement. 9 of them don't spawn on the path, so we'll have to go find them. But just run forward. There's one on the right, one on the left. I'm not going to detail the ones we run into on the path because... we actually triggered the ones on the bottom. There's 4 and 5, and if we go to the bottom here, there's 6 and 7. Those 4 that were from the bottom don't normally spawn in, and there's 4 more down here. There's 5 more up top that we're going to grab just to be safe, but we should have enough. And now we can just continue along the path. Some more are going to spawn as we go right, so just be prepared. Again, you can spam the bumpers to fire a lot faster. And then you're going to follow the path up. And again, be careful of skulls spawning. You don't have a lot of reaction time when you're moving up the screen. And there's the achievement for killing 25 of the skulls. That is achievement number 17 of 21 for 40G, the Pyromancer achievement. That gets us to 730. You are going to still have to kill a few more skulls before you get where we need to go. Cross the bridge here, and I think you'll have 2 or 3 more skulls up here. And then take a left at the tree, and you're safe from skulls. You're just going to walk to the left for a long time now. Eventually, the stone path disappears. And you just walk on snow. And then you're going to see this kind of grayer snow. And we're going to follow this down and to the left. And it'll lead us to a gap in a fence. And then we can go inside the building here. You automatically walk to the left. And get some text here. And then you change in scene, and you're going to have to move yourself to the left, and you're going to talk with Alice, who is significantly taller than us now. Walk right and pick up the Hilt. That'll get you the Get the Hilt achievement, number 18 of 21 for 40G. And now we're going to walk to the right to find a teleporter. Press A to enter. And now we have a top-down boss fight. Now, for this one, it's very simple. When we walk up, we're going to have text with the Lost Soul, which is the trigger for the boss fight. And once we get control, we're going to walk to the right and hold right bumper, and we're going to fire to the right until we get into the corner. Then once we get into the corner, we're just going to be kind of spraying our laser left and up, back and forth to kill everything that comes near us. We have to survive for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Once you get into the corner, this is a piece of cake. Sometimes the game can screw you with spawns on the way to the corner, so if you die, you'll just respawn here. So, walk forward to get the text. And when you get control, you're going to aim the laser to the right and just kind of walk to the right. And as you saw, we got screwed by a spawn there. There was nothing we could do. Just respawn and do the same thing. Fire the laser to the right until you get to the corner. And once you get in the corner, you just have to keep doing this. I recommend keeping the crosshair, about halfway between you and the screen on the left, and then just going up and to the right whenever you need to. I can't say I understand why this needed to be a 1.5-minute sequence, but again, when quadruple zeros show up, everything disappears. That was rude, but okay. And just swing your laser back and forth over and over again. I have no idea why this is 90 seconds long. Because being able to control this crosshair for that long is just an annoyance rather than fun. If you gave me the normal twin stick, then maybe. But I don't like the crosshair targeting in these games. And again, when the clock strikes 0, everything disappears. You'll unlock the final boss achievement, which is number 19 of 21 for 50G, 820 out of 1,000 total, and then walk to the upper center portion of the arena to see an open area to walk through. You'll talk to the ghost and follow him and open the door. Walk up, you'll get some more text, and we have to make a choice. The good news is we can chapter select, so the choice doesn't matter. So skip through the text, and you're going to have to make a choice here. We're going to choose to kill the Lost Soul first. This will pop the Was It the Right Thing to Do achievement, number 20 of 21, for 90G, getting us to 910 out of 1,000. And we're going to have some scenes here. Walk to the right, because we are now the Lost Soul. And you can enter the stone tunnel there, walk to the right, or float to the right, I guess. And at the campfire, you'll trigger the ending. And the credits will load in. You can't skip these, so you'll just have to sit here for the minute or two that they run. Once the credits are done, you get brought back to the title screen. Move over with the cursor and choose Chapter Select. And then choose Final Boss. We have to go through that final fight again, unfortunately. Again, walk forward to talk to him, and when you finish talking, run up into the right, firing to your right to get into the corner. And then when you get to your corner, just do the same thing. Swinging left and right, killing everything that comes near you for a minute and a half. I actually do like the music track. It's the only good thing about the fight lasting in a minute and a half. Again, once you're done, go to the upper center to find the path north. You can talk to the soul and follow him into the room. Walk all the way up. Spam through the dialogue again. And choose to let soul go. This will pop the never-ending loop achievement number 21 of 21 for 90G, getting you your 1000G completion, folks. As always, if you have any questions or comments for me, reach out to me and I'll do my best to answer them. But if not, I will see you guys next time.